First tonight, Austin police will be keeping a closer eye on the House of Torment this week after a riot broke out in the parking lot nearby.
More than 24 Austin police officers were there and took a group of young men to jail this weekend. That's after the bedlam at Highland Mall. KXAN's Aaron Cargile is there with more on what went wrong. New at 10.
Good evening. From what we've been told, the fights did not happen here at the House of Torment or in the long lines, but rather in the parking lot at the Highland Mall nearby. But certainly it was not something that Austin police expected or even planned for. Monday night, crowds were lining up for a good scare. Many of them heard about what happened near the House of Torment Saturday night.
I read in the Sunday paper that a bunch of kids were in the parking lot.
Arrest reports describe chaos. More than 200 people sporadically fighting, walking on top of cars, and confronting and ignoring police officers. An onlooker shot this video of the aftermath.
People, getting in big crowds like that sometimes get out of control, start doing silly things, just not listening to officers' commands.
At least 30 officers were there to get the unruly crowd under control and took these 4 young men to jail on misdemeanor charges ranging from participating in a riot to running from officers. An arrest report says the riot severely obstructed the police department's ability to respond to 911 calls across the city. House of Torment says they've never had problems in the 11 years they've been open, and those doing the fighting were not customers.
APD is actually part of our security team, and there's a huge effort that goes into making sure when you come here, things are happening in a professional, well thought out pace and way.
The popular haunted house has a large number of their own private security officers on hand to ensure people get a good scare but leave safe.
We've certainly reviewed what happened internally with our staff, but I feel like we have a solid plan moving forward for sure.
And back out here in front of the House of Torment, you can see a couple of private security officers. They've got a number of these guys throughout the haunted house. House of Torment tells me they haven't had any problems in the 11 years that they have been operating. Austin police are also increasing their patrols out here through Halloween. We've seen a couple of officers sitting in their patrol cars in the parking lot tonight. In Central Austin, Aaron Cargile, KXAN News.
Looking a little further into this, while talking with Austin police today about this weekend's fight, we did hear comparisons to other infamous moments in Austin's recent history. We did hear at least one comparison to this 2001 Mardi Gras riot on 6th Street. Authorities recall that event when assigning police presence for particularly large crowd events in town these days. As for Highland Mall, stores and those at the property have been fighting an image problem of late. That's after a fight broke out after large crowds gathered inside the mall during the 2007 Texas Relays weekend. Since then, Highland Mall has hired extra security for events and weekends where they expect larger crowds.